Welcome back to K24 This Morning. Today we are talking about finding that missing rib, and we asked you earlier on as far as our question of the day is concerned. If indeed you have found that rib, how do you know she is the missing rib? Is it through her looks? Is it through her language? Is it through how she dances? Is it through how she calls you, Dave or Peter or Paulo? All right, let's see what you're saying on WhatsApp as well. Hi, Mbuvi. I'm Liz from Utawala. My hubby is having an affair with our neighbor since 2017. Kai. Tuliongea akasema ameachana. Anaenda akirudia. Nifanyaje? Please advise. We. Okay, thank you very much for your message, Liz. We shall tackle it in a second. Let's talk about that lady who said that she's 25. And
the 25-year-old.
Yes, and she feels as though amechelewa sana.
Yeah.
Anaona ni kama she's going to be a chewed rib.
No.
Or a washed up rib.
Let me tell you, young girl, you're still very young. The thing is the company she keeps. Perhaps the people you hang around with are 20, 21, and 22. Or perhaps you hang around your friends who are all married. I want to tell you, you're still young. Invest in yourself until he comes. Because you still can't go proposing. So invest, and know you're still very young. 25 is just the prime of life at that stage of your life. There is still much more ahead of you. And marriage is not the end of life. It is actually a beginning. So invest, prepare yourself, arm yourself. You know, when you're very well ready and prepared, some other right person will come. But don't go hunting. Don't get desperate.
Is 25 young, daktari? Kwa sababu, kama unaona yeye anafeel ako 25, na anaona ni kama amechelewa. Probably that means that all her peers from maybe campus or high school, wote wako na watoto tatu.
That's 21.
By the way, 25 is not so old, but it depends on where she is. Because there are some areas, probably you are up country, and their girls get married at 16, 17, 18. So right now you're feeling very old.
Yeah.
There are times we also say change your location. If it is possible, change your location. Because there are places you'll go and you find nobody is in a hurry to get married. And let me say this, life is, everybody has got his own race set for them. If your friend got married at 24, it doesn't mean that your time is written 24. Just like this, there are times you'll go to the supermarket. The things are put there, same products, but somebody comes and looks at the same products, yet picks one of them that looks like all the others and doesn't pick another one. So the other one will still go, but there is his time. So relax and enjoy your singlehood. Because there are people who are not enjoying their current life. Because their focus is, I'm losing time, I'm losing time. So they are more stressed instead of enjoying every moment that they are alone.
But sometimes also there's pressure from mom and dad.
Exactly.
They tell you, unaona Wanjiko aliolewa, Mwende aliolewa, sasa wewe unangojea nini?
And especially the grandmothers. I think the mothers talk to grandmothers or something, because most grandmothers are the they're from that school of thought where they would get married at 16. So by the time you're done with Form 4, you are already ready for marriage. So I want to tell people, do not succumb to pressure. My time, I remember being told, I'm like jogo, nimezeeka. Unajua jogo zikizeeka zinatoa kucha. Ati Jane, si utatoa kucha. Nitavaa open shoes. I want to say you've got to have enough time with yourself, fellowship with yourself, know yourself, and understand that life is not about external pressure.
So if your mom and your dad and even grandma and grandpa wakikuja wa insist, they get to a point where they even bring that girl into your life or even that boy into your life. Na wanasema, ebu ongea na huyu Wanjiko, she could be a perfect match, or ongea na huyu Mbuvi, he's a perfect pitch, or other match. How do you say no to your mother or even no to your grandfather?
I usually say, especially to the parents.
Yes.
And parents who have girls, stop putting pressure on your girls. Because that's what's causing them, some of them, just to pick up on anybody. And they even pick up on somebody who is married, because somebody, they later say that, I didn't know he was married. Because they were given so much pressure. Now, I asked this question, and I'm asking it with a lot of respect. Think about you Or for example, now you are maybe 80 or 90.
Right.
And every time you go to a funeral, they are saying now, that one is good. What do you think? You could be next.
It could be next.
You could be next. I think you need to look at somebody and don't compare them and tell them, Nani ameolewa, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Instead, as a parent, go on your knees.
Yes.
Pray for your girl to find the right man. Pray for
Yeah.
your son to get the right girl instead of putting pressure on them.
Okay.
Otherwise, they'll do some things that will later hurt you as parents.
You know, sometimes they even guilt trip us, especially those parents who have terminal diseases or illnesses and they're about to die. And I say, "Ani nitakufa kama sijaona kamujuku."
True.
Have
Yeah.
not been named.
How do you handle that?
Yeah, you know, I tell women, again, wait for her season. I found girls who have gotten involved with sponsors because their parents are giving them pressure. Get a man who is wealthy so that they can help us. At least tulikusomesha. Pia na utusaidie kidogo. And most of them end up with the wrong man. They end up with married men because of pressure from home. And I caution parents, when your daughter comes home driving, you don't know where the car came from, brings you a shopping worth 10,000 and she's not employed.
Ngoja tu kidogo. Joshua wa Kirinyaga is on the line. Joshua, good morning.
Bubi, how are you?
Mimi niko salama sana, labda wewe.
Mimi niko fresh ndugu yangu. Sasa,
Yes.
kwanza wacha ni respond kwa huyo msichana ambaye amepiga simu huyo 25.
Yes.
You see, Bubi, we are living in an era whereby we've now adopted and accepted euphemisms to justify things that are wrong and immoral.
Okay.
A 25-year-old talking about a 45-year-old man. Bubi, if a chick walks today from Thika to Nairobi, what is the probability that you are going to be catiwad by a 45-year-old man? You see, this thing of, I don't know, sponyo, slay queen, this is prostitution. Our girls are simply engaging in prostitution. So that thing is not working. That tells that chick to go and look for a guy who is her age.
Okay.
And I'm there. Most likely that is a married man. Now, on this business of searching for ribs, moving in a society where women have decided to use men as poverty eradication schemes.
Yes.
I don't know which rib you'll be looking for. That rib ilichemshwa kitambo na wanaume wakakunywa supu. So the way I see it, if you get married today to a chick or to a man, someone trying to tell you, oh, you know, work on your communication, try to change them. This person has not been changed by their mother and they are now 32. If you realize that it is not working, Mbuvi, kila mtu atembee na aende zake si wawili.
Okay.
That is my take today, Mbuvi.
Thank you, Joshua. We also have Victor from Kisumu. Victor, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Mimi niko salama sana. What is your question or comment?
My question is,
Yes.
I have a lady, we have been dating for six years,
Yes.
but the lady has never we have never sit down and tell me her plans or her future progress with me. So I'm kind of asking, is this my right stream?
Okay, Victor from Kisumu, thank you very much. Wacha tuangalie WhatsApp as we tackle all of those ones. I'm watching from Voi. There's this guy rather who used to be my boyfriend, but I walked out of the relationship after I realized he has another girl and got married last year. The problem is, since last month, he keeps on calling and texting me, which makes my hubby so suspicious, despite that I do not pick or answer his SMSs. We. Haya, Derek pia kwa simu. Derek, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
Mine is a question.
All right. What is your question?
Mine is a question about how do you know if a rib is old or young?
Okay.
Can you get a rib which is young or old? Or the love you are living is unconditional, just like Joshua said.
Yes.
You can get a person who's older than you but treats you so well. But you can get a person who's so young than you and treats you badly. So what do you do about this age?
Thank you very much, Derek. All right. We, hizo zimekuwa kadhaa.
You know.
We have also someone from Ruiru. Samuel? Sharon, good morning.
Hello.
How are you doing, Sharon?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. What is your question or comment?
Mimi nilikuwa nataka usaidizi kutoka kwa Pastor Jane and Pastor Julius. Nimekuwa in a relationship.
Okay.
And wenye nimekuwa in a relationship hii wameoa. But waka divorce.
Okay.
So niko 25 years, a mother of one. Na sasa nasidwa nianzie wapi.
Huyo mtoto ni wa nani? Ni wa huyo jamaa? Okay. I think we'll just have to assume ni wa huyo jamaa.
Yeah, or perhaps not. You know, I would like to respond to Joshua.
Okay.
We have a very big forum called the Singles Forum. We call it the Beloved. And we've got men who are widowed at a young age, and they're 45, they're 50,
even 60.
Even 60, and they come for forums, and they meet ladies who perhaps got a baby at a young age, and now they're 25, they're 30, and they fall in love. So I want to correct him and tell him, because there are very many such marriages, that is not prostitution. It is not prostitution.
He called it poverty eradication.
It is not poverty eradication, because not every lady is after a man because of money.
Okay.
There are actually several men who are after women because of money. So here, let's remove the picture of money. It is not about that she could be financially desperate. It is about the age gap. And there are many 40-plus-year-old men who are perhaps long ago divorced, not married, have been nursing wounds.
Okay.
And finally they are healed and they meet a lady. I know very many.
Yeah.
So let us not discourage those who are already married in such situations. Marriages work. And for those who need to work on communication, we cannot say if you're not taught by your mother, you will never learn.
Okay.
No, no, no. Most of the people are never taught. But that's why they are counselors, and life is a pattern of growth.
Okay.
Yes, so I wanted first of all to establish that. And then I talked to this gentleman who is asking, how does he get to know the right person? Is it about age? You may get a younger person treating you well, or an older person. Age here is not the factor. True. It is your compatibility based on values. It's your value system and her value system. Do they rhyme? Are both of you happy in each other's company? Are both of you feeling like this is the person I intend to be with? And are there masks or no masks? Because once you don't have a mask, this person, irrespective of age, as long as they are not married.
Yeah.
Because as long as somebody is married, however old, however young, just forget about that one. Yeah, that one is a no-no. As long as they're not married, you're both in love, look at your values.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the gentleman, for a lady rather, who said that, you know, the husband keeps on cheating on her with the neighbor, of which then that man has got, you know, hey, neighbor hapo tu.
Neighbor.
Since 2017, we are now in 2020. So if you count 2017 as a year, it's now 4 years. So what would you advise, Liz?
Number one, it is so important also to look at what is happening, because probably you have never left him. But if you're not in a permanent place, I think you also need to relocate. Because there are some things that happen because of location.
Okay.
Because probably the neighbor is too available, and the person becomes tempted every time.
Right.
But at the same time, you have a husband who is a bit immoral, and probably every time you keep on forgiving him and keep on entertaining him back, he keeps on seeing like it is a reason to continue doing these things.
Right.
There is a time you sit down either with your families and you now look, because just saying, I will not do it again, he's not taking action. It is just an empty promise. So there are times you say, if this happens, I'm going to separate myself from you until you sort out your mind whether you really want to get married. Because I'm looking at that guy and I'm seeing a guy who is not committed to family. Because you can imagine the pain this woman goes through every time he sees the neighbor. And this guy says, nimewacha alafu kesho narudi hapo. So I would advise her, it is a high time you took some action whereby you either take a separate moment where you allow this guy to find himself.
Okay.
Because probably he wants to marry the neighbor. But when you separate yourself, he may wake up and realize, I'm losing my family.
Okay.
And then from there, you can have a proper sitting, especially with the counselor, so that ajue shida yake kwa wapi. Kwa sababu jamaa ana shida.
Right. Sharon, who says that the husband, she was in a relationship with a married man, but this man has now divorced the wife. They have a child. I'm assuming she's now asking, should she now move in and be the main chick?
No, because she was the cause of that separation. You get what I'm saying? And what you do will still come back around to you. And I keep telling girls this. This man given a chance, if you're out of his picture, perhaps may reconcile back with the husband. Given the picture,
right,
may come back to the wife. So I'll tell Sharon, leave this man alone.
Okay.
Let him have time to reconsider, and let us even hope that him and the wife will come back together.
Yes.
That they reconcile. But as long as you're in the middle of that game, he will have comfort and a place to bleed on.
Right.
And I also want to tell Sharon another thing. This man is not actually in love with you. He's bleeding on you. He's feeling a comfort of the pain he's going through. And the reason why some men make it look like, it is so bad is because there is a girl saying it doesn't matter whatever she has done to you, fueling the fire. So kindly, Sharon, for God's sake, walk out.
Yeah.
Leave this man to sort his manenos.
Na sasa ule mtoto wako naye, to assume ni wa huyu jamaa.
I want to assume ni wa huyu jamaa.
Yeah.
The man has a right to take care of that child, shelter, and education and clothing. If sio huyo jamaa, let her take a walk and manage her life.
Okay.
Yeah.
We, haya, kuna nyingine kwenye WhatsApp. The discussion clearly on fire. Hi, it's Jeremy Mwasa rather. I have this girlfriend of mine older than me with 5 years. My mom amekataa juu she says hafai kuoa someone older than you, or rather sifai kuoa someone older than me. How do you advise me? And mom brings on a lot of excuses because also the girl is a Muslim, I am a Christian, so excuse yake ni iyo mostly. Okay.
Yeah.
So here's a gentleman, Jeremy, who is in love with this beautiful Muslim girl, but the girl is older. Daktari, unaambia Jeremy nini?
I usually say one of the key things is that parents are sometimes the voice of reason. There are things they can be able to see in a relationship and they say it may not work. So it is sometimes wise to listen to your parent, because there are challenges they may see, but you may not be able to see because they are taller when it comes to wisdom. Secondly, there are also things as counselors we sit down and we say that may bring division in relationships. One is differences in education. That can bring, we have seen a lot of marriages not working simply because you are a graduate, you married probably a class 2 dropout. Then you find you are not at the same mental thinking capacity, so you begin to have arguments that are necessary. Secondly, we also have religion. Religion is a big issue because there are people where now probably you have not thought about it, because it's good to think all through the way. Now, will your children become Christians or will they be Muslim? Will they, what will be their names and all that? Now, when you don't think through about some of these issues, you find religious differences usually become a cause of diversion in marriages. We also say tribes. It is important also to weigh very closely on whether you are comfortable marrying somebody from another tribe.
Right.
Because yes, you may marry somebody from another tribe, but that person may have so much warfare and challenges from your tribe simply because it's in another tribe. So if your family comes from such a background, you may find your marriage going through a lot of doldrums that you may not be able to handle. So my wisdom would be, sit down and analyze yourself very well and ask yourself whether you are ready to face some of the differences that may come out of religion.
Where?
Are we together?
Okay. But is it okay to elope? Tuseme tumetoka hapa tuende Tanzania tuishi huko bana tusahau watu.
But you see, running away from the country does not change who you are. A lizard will not change when it goes to America. So the challenges will still find you there.
Now I'm saying in the case whereby my mom is telling me you can't marry this girl because she's a Kamba or a Kikuyu or a Luo or a Muslim.
Yeah, the thing is this, is to listen to her and ask her about the fact.
Okay.
Let her not be emotional. Get the fact. Think and digest the fact.
Okay.
Discuss with her the fact. Then after you've had a conversation, then make a decision that is well informed.
Okay.
Because if you elope, and the problem was perhaps what you're seeing will run into your marriage beyond the social circle, it will still run into your marriage when you're in Tanzania or in wherever.
WhatsApp message as well. I believe we have a Susan on our WhatsApp line. I am Susan watching from Ruaka. I'm depressed this morning due to conflicts that had been rising frequently in my relationship. We had dated for 10 months. I want to know more about their family. He is hesitant. Is he really my right rib? Please help. Okay. Very good question.
I have an answer. He's not.
Okay, why?
Yeah. One thing, and let me help the ladies. If you want to know that this man wants to marry you, number one, by 10 months, he has already introduced you to his friends. He has introduced you to the circles around him.
Yes.
And is not ashamed to introduce you to his family. Because 10 months is almost a year down the line. If there are problems when you discuss about his family, it's good you become careful. There could be another wife in that family. Perhaps Gishagi, there is a baby. Or he has not decided to marry you. Because if a man decides, I'm marrying this one, he's not ashamed even to tell the mom or the brothers and the cousins, this is my girlfriend, I'll come with her for the wedding. Usually you meet in social events where the families are involved.
Okay.
But if he's causing a problem, then understand you're wasting your time, period.
But, Dr. Maybe there's a different reason as to why this gentleman has not yet introduced her in this regard. Maybe amaona udema yuko tayari for marriage, and maybe anamjenga. No, wait, maybe anaona, Susan, right? Let's look at Susan as an individual. Maybe ameona aka kadem bado nikakonde, kwetu atakanga tudem tumenona. So wacha nimlishe kwanza, tunyama tuongezeke. Maybe ameona she has short hair, kwetu tunapendanga mademo kwa nywele refu. Wacha nimpatie time nywele ime. Or maybe pia ameona tabia yake bado anaijenga, anaimold ikue tamu, ikue safi, yampeleke home.
Now let me say this. And I will say this about men. Men, we are two-way. We are either looking or hanging out with somebody because of what we are getting, what we are eating.
Okay.
Or we are already thinking about this woman will marry. So if he's benefiting on one side, probably he's not seeing the reason, and he's already made up. Let me tell you, there is nobody, there is no man who does not know who he wants to marry. Within a period of, as Jane said, when you analyze a woman, within the 10 to 10 seconds, a man knows whether he wants to be in a relationship with you. Whether it is sexual, whether it is marriage. Now, when it comes to marriage, 10 months is too long if a guy has not made up his mind. There is something that is not working.
Maybe anoni.
Hata hawezi kuachana anaonesha. Kuna kitu anaona huyu si yeye. And you know what most men don't do? They will not tell you to go away. They'll begin to behave mysteriously. So that ujitoe tu asemage ni wewe nilienda. And there was a question that was asked by a guy from Kisumu. He said, this lady hajui kama anataka amuoe ama nini. We jamaa wacha kuwaste time. Kama unataka kuoa dem muulize directly.
Akatae.
Wacha kusema ati asemi kitu. It is you supposed to drive the car.
Okay.
You drive that relationship. Ask the lady whether she's ready to be married or you tell her, can I marry you? Akikataa ujue huyo si bibi yako. Wachana tafuta mwingine.
Lakini Susan, maybe also tumsaidie tu. Unajua tunaweza mwambia hivyo alafu aseme guy kumbe nitaki. Alafu aache a very good man. Is there a way she can ignite that fire in that man?
Do you know something, Buvi?
Yeah.
There is nothing more difficult than igniting the love of a man who has chosen not to actually commit to you to the level of taking you to see the father and the mother. There isn't anything. You can only manipulate him, but it won't work for too long.
Okay.
I would rather a man makes a sober decision, decides it's you or it's not you, and then in future I know I'm in a comfortable place as a lady. I'm in a comfortable place, not in a manipulated place, because manipulation just goes this length.
Yeah.
So for Susan, to be very honest, it is only 10 months, it will hurt, but now that he's bringing so many conflicts, let her understand it is his language, as Dr. said, it is language of saying, I want out.
Ama ndio amgulize tu, amshike tu amwambie we babe, hiki kitu tunaenda kwenu ama tuendi. Msiponipeleka home kwenu nimekupatia 1 month. Ama latest by end of 2020. Mimi kama sijaona mtu mmoja hata kwenu ikae. Si ndio jamaa jipange, maybe kama alikuwa ameoa tu brothers wake akisema hatuko, aanze kutafuta watu.
No, by the way sometimes as a lady kuna pale unaweza umepelekwa na mviki. Unasikia mtu anakuambia tunaishi Mombasa.
Okay.
Na tunaenda Mombasa. Lakini umemaliza 3 months bado mko kwa njia kwenda Mombasa.
Yes.
Something is very wrong. There are times you just ask, where are we going?
Yeah.
with this relationship.
Umkalishe tu mwambie ultimatum.
Do we have a in fact the nicest question is to ask in a nice way. Do we have a future in this relationship? Ukianza kusikia jamaa akisema jua hapa hakuna future. Kama kuna future, I will tell you, by the way, I'm planning something for you. We might see our parents. Lakini kama aguzi mambo hata kupeleka home. By the way, when I met her, I think in the second month, we already went home.
Yeah. Unaweza pata wazazi wake ni wachawi, unajua manze kupeleka mtu kwa wachawi ataanza kupanic. Maybe huyu jamaa alitoka amekuwa Mkristo mzuri, ametulia tu, lakini huko wazazi wake wanachinjanga paka nyeusi.
But do you see uchawi is not at the doorpost? The first thing you meet is a man and a woman, not a mchawi. You get to know the uchawi later.
Oh, juu wazazi wewe. All right, guys, we might just discuss your parents next week and probably see how you can introduce to those wachawis. But thank you very much for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys. We've given their contact so many times, so if you want to reach them, let us know. We'll definitely put you in touch. Otherwise, thank you very much. Na nyinyi mnaosumbua wanawake, tafadhali muache hizo tabia. See you tomorrow.